We expected a tight game with Columbia because if you go back historically, the last 3 years, the last 3 games have been really tight. We won 2 years ago a choke-off in overtime. And then last year the game was a 4-3 game in our favor, but it went down to the last second of the game because they had a penalty corner with no time left, and we were able to successfully defend it. So we knew that they would be a really hard-working, physical, aggressive team that would try to move the ball well, and that's exactly what they did. And I think that they played extremely, well and gutsy, and we certainly had to raise our game to pull the game out. Full credit to Columbia, but I was really proud of how our team in overtime controlled the play. We outshot Columbia 14-1. And really did an excellent job, especially when we were down a man for 5 minutes in the second overtime. And we just moved the ball and kind of patiently kept possession. So that showed some composure on our part. I obviously would have liked us to be a little bit better in the finishing end of things because we did have a number of chances, but just weren't able to finish. I thought that in the second part of the first part of the second half, Columbia really carried the play, and Melju made some key saves for us and just kept us in the game, and then we were able to regain our composure, and Katie DeStio scored a nice goal, which I think really just sort of energized the team. We actually played pretty well the second half of the second period, but then we gave up the late goal, on the stroke. So overall, it was a good team performance. I thought that the backs, again, played very well. We only gave up 5 corners in regulation, which is always we try to stay and minimize corners. And I think that in overtime, as I said, we moved the ball really, really well. In the time that I've been at Cornell, we've never been involved in a penalty stroke game. So to have it go down to with no time left on the clock was certainly uncharted territory, and we were able to continually win the corners and just prolong the game. And the actual goal was a great goal, the winning goal. It was a nice feed from Kate Thompson, and Olivia Boyd got a tip on it, which deflected it past the Columbia goalie. And the Columbia goalie had been really good all day on the direct shot, so the key to that play was just being able to move the ball laterally a little bit and play around her. So it was a very exciting finish, but I think the team was exhausted. I think our fitness showed as a big plus for us, but it was a mentally exhausting game. Yale's having a really good season. They move the ball well. They're a solid team, and again, it's an Ivy game, and we know that we got a lot of respect for teams that we play in the Ivy Conference. It's always going to be a tough game, so it's going to take our best performance if we want to be successful. I think that they're having one of the best seasons they've had in the last few years, and the focus again is going to be on us and our performance. That's how we prepare for all of our games. We're paying attention to Yale and to their style of play, but we're trying to really improve ourselves in the areas that we feel like we need to address, on a game-by-game basis.